all the students. Now we are going to start Act 4. Act 4 Scene 1. I hope you are keeping well at home and studying. During the holidays also you keep in touch with reading, writing and reading novels also. And then of course this one what we do, you can say here in the class. You read seriously once with understanding, then read the paraphrase, and we have finished Act 3. So you have to write the summary of all the scenes. Act 3, Scene 1, Scene 2, Scene 3. Now see, I will tell you here in gist, in brief, what you can say, we have, you can say, in this scene, Act 4, Scene 1. Here see, here Miranda and Ferdinand. There you can say, of course, the relationship, there you can say love, you can say is developing, and Prospero, you can say, is very happy, and you can say he tells Ferdinand that the labor which you have done, or the punishment which you have undergone by, you can say, by me, you were forced to carry, you can say, logs of wood on your, you can say, shoulder, on your back. So you will be, you can say, here, you are compensated for this, okay, for carrying the logs of wood, for doing such a, you can say, mean task, humble task. You will be, you can say, given, of course, Miranda to marry. Miranda, you can say, is Ferdinand's, you can say, sweetheart. So for, you can say, carrying, you can say, logs of wood, obeying, you can say, Prospero, going under, you can say, that kind of suffering of carrying the, you can say, logs of wood. So for that, of course, Ferdinand, Ferdinand is told, Miranda, Prospero, you can say, will of course give, you can say, his daughter to Ferdinand. Now see here, Prospero is now satisfied with the progress of Miranda's romance with Ferdinand. Now Prospero, you can say, father, you can say, of Miranda, of course, he is satisfied, he is, you can say, happy with the progress of Miranda's, you can say, of course, romance with, you can say, Ferdinand. Romance, you can say, love between, you can say, Ferdinand and, you can say, Miranda, you can say, it's developing. Actually both of them, you can say, fell, you can say, in love with each other at first sight. So Prospero, you can say, is very happy because here in any, you can say, place you will see, when you can say girl becomes, you can say, around 16 years old, then okay, yes, you can say, her parents, you can say, will get, you can say, her married. Here Prospero, of course, you can say, his you can say purpose, you can say, will be served if, you can say, he gets, you can say, of course, his daughter married to Ferdinand, and since both of them, you can say, love each other, so of course he is quite happy. Who? Prospero. So Prospero is now, you can say, satisfied with the progress, you can say, of Miranda's romance with Ferdinand. He says that in due course they would get married. Prospero tells, you can say, Miranda and Ferdinand that, you can say, in due course, that means not shortly, they will, you can say, get married. Ferdinand and Miranda will get, you can say, here, married. Now see here, in honor of the engagement of the, you can say, young lovers. Okay, to, you can say, of course, honor, you can say, in the engagement, you can say, of these lovers, Miranda and Ferdinand. Of course, Prospero, you can say, of course, someone, or you can say, calls for, you can say, of course, celebration. He calls, you can say, spirits, or you can say, Ceres, you can say here, Iris, Ceres, Juno, nymph, reapers, all there, you can say, spirits, there you can say, gods and goddesses. So they will be, you can say, called to witness the, you can say, of course, you can say, Ferdinand and Miranda, you can say, of course, a union. Okay, there you can say, of course, marriage and blessings. There you can say, have to bless, you can say, Ceres, okay, and Juno and others, okay, so all, you can say, will gather, you can say, there before Prospero, you can say, sail, and they will, you can say, bless here Ferdinand and Miranda for happy married life, and you can say happy, and you can say that fruitful, you can say, their married life. Then say here, in honor of the engagement of the young lovers. So it's like to respect, you can say, engagement of young lovers, Ferdinand and Miranda. Of course, he calls for, you can say, blessings, celebration, dancing, and so on. He arranges a masque for their entertainment. He arranges a masque. Masque you have, of course, you can say, dancing, celebration, entertainment. Okay, for their entertainment. So this entertainment is, you can say, for Ferdinand and Miranda, since you can say they love each other deeply, passionately, affectionately, and their love for each other, you can say, is a true love. So he, you can say, of course, arranges mask you can say have, of course, dance. Then say here, the mask is performed by spirits appearing in the, you can say, guise of various goddesses. Now say the mask, you can say, is performed. Okay, this you can say dancing, this you can say, of course, blessings. Okay, this is what is, you can say, will blessing as the Ferdinand and Miranda. This mask is performed by spirits. Okay, you see Iris, Ceres, Juno, Nymph, and you can say reapers. Okay, they you can say will, of course, you can say perform. This, of course, mask dancing. The mask is performed by spirits appearing, you can say, in the guise of various goddesses, and they have disguised themselves. You can say in the, of course, guise of various goddesses. So there you can say in the appearance, you can say, of different, you can say, goddesses. Okay, now see. Then Prospero deals, you can say, with Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo, the conspirators. These three conspirators, we know that they have, you can say, conspired. They have, you can say, hatched a plan. They have, you can say, of course, a scheme. Okay, they have, you can say, made a scheme to, you can say, kill, you can say, Prospero. Already we know that Caliban, you can say, is requesting, you can say, Stefano, you kill Prospero while, you can say, he will be sleeping, you can say, in the cave in the afternoon. That time he will go there. Stefano, you can say, will go there and drive a nail, you can say, into Prospero's head. He will drive a nail, you can say, into Prospero's head, and Prospero, you can say, will die. He also told him that, okay, take away, first of all, you can say, his books. Without books, Prospero becomes powerless. So you can say Prospero has to, you can say, here, punish them. He has to, you can say, here, deal with them. So then Prospero deals with, you can say, Caliban. Of course, savage, we know that. Stefano, you can say, of course, you can say, he is a drunken butler, and you can say here, Trinculo, you can say here, he is also, you can say, a jester. Okay, jester, a person who makes others, you can say here, laugh. The conspirators. So these are the three conspirators, and Prospero, you can say, is going to punish them. He will give them severe punishment. Ariel leads them towards Prospero's cell. Leads means tempts. Okay. He leads them, tempts them towards Prospero's cell. So Ariel, you can say, takes these three characters, Caliban, Stefano, and you can say, of course, Trinculo, to Prospero's, you can say, cell. Cell, you can say, is cave. On the island, there you can say snow, you can say, of course, house, but only with this, of course, mountain, and in that, okay, cave, and that cave, okay, they, you can say, of course, stay. Prospero and Miranda, they stay, you can say, in a cave. That is called cell. Okay, now see here. Ariel leads them towards Prospero's cell. The certain spirits appear, you can say, in the shape of dogs. Certain, you can say, spirits appear, you can say, of course, there before Prospero's, you can say, cell, in the shape of dogs and hounds. Hounds also a kind of dogs. Okay, and they chase away the three, you can say, conspirators. And this, you can say, about dogs are set on Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo. They are, you can set on these three characters because they have, you can say, hatched a plan. They have, you can say, conspired to kill, you can say, Prospero, and certainly, you can say, this, of course, three characters, you can say, will be given mental torture, physical torture. Okay, so they have to, you can say, go under, you can say, severe, you can say, suffering. Okay, they are, you can say, punished by Prospero. Now see here. There certain spirits appear in the shape of dogs and hounds, and they chase away the three, you can say, conspirators. All these three characters are chased away by the dogs and hounds, who are also, you can say, tormented with aches, and they are, you can say, also tormented. They are given, you can say, corporal punishment, okay, with aches, pains, and cramps. And they are also, you can say, given, you can say, severe pain, you can say, in their body, and cramps. Cramps, you can say, of course, a kind of, you can say here, a contraction, you can say, of muscles. So they, you can say, are given severe, you can say, of course, aches, pains, you can say, and of course, cramps. That is what we are going to see in this scene, Act 4, Scene 1. Now see here, as the curtain goes up, we are shown, you can say here, of course, before Prospero's, you can say, cell, before Prospero's, you can say, cave on the island. Now see here, most of the scenes take place, you can say, on the island. Sometimes before Prospero's cell, sometimes you can say at the seashore, sometimes you can say at a different place. But of course, you can say here, most of the scenes, you can say, will take place on the island. Now see, enter Prospero, Ferdinand, and Miranda. These three characters, you can say, they appear on the stage as the curtain goes up. Now see Prospero. What Prospero says here? Prospero says, he tells Ferdinand, if I have to austerely punish you, if I have, you can say here, punished you, you can say here severely, if I have, you can say, given you, of course, you can say corporal punishment. Okay, because it is because Prospero, Prospero, you can say, ordered him to carry, you can say, logs of wood, you can say, on his shoulder. So Ferdinand was, you can say, punished, and he was told, you can say, you have come here to know, you can say, this place, this islands, and become, you can say, here, the lord of it. To conquer, you can say, Prospero and become, you can say, lord of it. So you can say you are a spy, according to Prospero. Actually, Prospero, you can say, blames, you can say, Ferdinand to just to know whether, you can say, he loves Miranda truly or not. And by putting blames, you can say, on Ferdinand, he wanted to, you can say, know Ferdinand's, you can say, heart and mind. So if I have to austerely punished you, okay, if I have, you can say, severely punished you, Ferdinand, your compensation makes amends. Okay, here see, you will be given, you can say, suppose I am going to, you can say, give my daughter to you, Ferdinand, so you can say it will compensate, you can say, your severe punishment. You can say it will compensate, it will make up your suffering, you can say, will be, of course, compensated, you can say, here, with, of course, Miranda, you can say, here, becoming your wife. After marriage, Miranda, you can say, will become his wife. So your compensation makes amends. So he tells, so you should know, you can say, that I have also, you can say, amply, you can say, compensated you. Amply compensated you means, you can say, I have given you, can say, equally, you can say, of course, precious, you can say, of course, a thing. That is, you can say, Miranda. You are going to, you can say, get Miranda. After, you can say, marriage, okay, she will become your wife. So Miranda, you can say, is given as a gift to you. Okay, and after marriage, she will become your wife, Ferdinand. Now say here, for I have given you here a third of my own life. Prospero tells, you can say, Ferdinand, I have given you third, you can say, of my own life. My own life, you can say, is quite dear to me, and you can say my third of, you can say, my life, that you can say, for Miranda, she is also, you can say, my life. In sense, she is, you can say, my, you can say, a darling daughter. She is, you can say, beloved. She is, you can say, of course, a quite pretty, beautiful, you can say, a young lady of around 14, 16 years old. Then say, for I have given you here a third of my own life, or that for which, you can say, I live. And I have, or that for which I live. For that, okay, I live, you can say, only for Miranda. And you can say, I am going to, you can say, give Miranda in your hand, you can say, as your wife. Once you marry her, she will become your wife. So, or that for which I live, who once again I tender to thy hand. So, once again, you can say, give my daughter into your hands. So, I am going to give my daughter, you can say, in your hand as your wife. After marriage, she will become, you can say, your wife. Who once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love. And all, you can say, my vexations, you can say, all trouble. So what you can say, Prospero says, the troublesome tasks, the troubles which I gave you in carrying the logs of, you can say, woods, that was to test, you can say, your love for, you can say, Miranda, whether you love her truly or not. So all thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. And you can say here, you have passed, you can say here, the test admirably, or you can say here, of course, prove that you love Miranda passionately, deeply, and so on. So you have passed, you can say here, the test admirably. Now say here, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, afore heaven, afore means before. So here, before, you can say, of course, heaven. Here, before, you can say here, heaven. Here, in the sight of, you can say here, heaven. Heaven means, you can say here, of course, God. So here, afore heaven, in the sight, you can say of, you can say here, God. I ratify this my rich gift. So I, you can say here, okay, give this rich gift, Miranda, okay, to you. So I am making to you my, you can say, of course, I am making to you by giving you my, you can say, daughter. I am making to you by giving you my daughter, you can say, in marriage. So I am, you can say, ready to give my daughter in your hand, okay, and she will become, you can say, your wife after marriage. Then say here, what you can say here, I ratify this my, you can say, a rich gift. Ratify, you can say here you have, I give, you can say here, in your hand. Endorse, and here the meaning is given, endorse. So here say, I give, you can say here, my daughter, okay, in your hands, okay, as a gift, and after marriage she will become your wife. Now say here, oh Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast, you can say, her of. Okay, he tells, Prospero tells, you can say, Ferdinand, don't, you can say, just smile at me, don't laugh at me, okay, that I boast, you can say, her of, that you can say, I am, you can say, bragging of, you can say, my daughter Miranda. I am, you can say, boasting of, about, you can say, my daughter, you can say, Miranda. Don't, you can say, smile at me, don't, you can say, laugh at me. For thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise. And you can say here, Prospero tells, you can say, Miranda, Prospero tells, you can say, Ferdinand, that okay, you will find after marriage that she will, you can say, here excel, she will, you can say, outstrip all her, you can say, praises, whatever, you can say, I have told you, you can say, about her, okay, will be, you can say, less, and you will find, you can say, more virtues, more goodness, and she, you can say, you will find, you can say, her a noble, you can say, lady, that you can say, you will experience yourself, and then of course, you can say, you will come to know. So don't, you can say, here, laugh at me. And make it a halt, you can say, behind her, and all, you can say, praises, okay, all praise of her falls, you can say, short. So all, you can say, praise, all, you can say, of Miranda will fall short of what she actually deserves. In fact, she deserves, you can say, more than, you can say, here, what you can say, I, you can say, appreciate her, or you can say, I praise, you can say, I praise her. So you will find more than, you can say, what you can say, what you can say, I have spoken, you can say, in favor, you can say, or you can say, I have appreciated Miranda. Now Ferdinand says, I do believe it. He says, okay, your words, you can say, even your words, even if some, you can say, I do believe, you can say, your words. He said, I do believe, you can say, your words. So whatever you have said, I can say, I accept it, and you can say, I believe it. Okay, even if some prophet, you can say, there to deny them. Okay, if I do believe it against an oracle, even you can say here, oracle means, you can say here, a very good orator. Even you can say, a very good orator, you can say, had spoken, you can say, all these things, against all these things, against, you can say, Miranda, I would not have accepted, you can say here, that oracle. So I do believe, okay, I do believe, you can say, your words, even if some prophet were, you can say, some prophets were to, you can say here, deny them. Okay, to tell, you can say, suppose prophets, you can say, had spoken against, you can say, Miranda, so you can say, of course, now, virtues, you can say, I would not have accepted, you can say, those, you can say, prophets. But what you can say, you have said, you can say, about Miranda, I accept it. Now Prospero, what Prospero says,